Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. Joseph James here, schooltrade.com, sidewaysmarkets.com. It's September 20th, 2010. Happy Monday to you guys. Before we talk about the trades we took today, had another great day in our live trade room. I want to remind you guys about a couple of key components here. If you're watching the video right now on the blog, there's a brand new section on the blog called Trade Room Resources. You want to make sure you guys check out Trade Room Resources on the blog. Lots of topics, videos, articles, and then don't forget guys, there's live support there. There's a search box, you can search the blog. And don't forget guys to follow the blog. If you follow the blog, you're going to get all the brand new updates right when they get posted. That way there's no checking your email. It's all updated for you right when it goes out. All right, so make sure you guys follow the blog, and don't forget Trade Room Resources is going to be your first stop on the blog for all the information you guys need about how to follow along with us in our live trade room. Let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 7 total trades. Crude, gold, Russell, nothing in the euro today. Euro was pretty flat. Dollar was flat as well. We'll talk more about that in here in a second. As you can see though, big winning day though, 182 ticks, 1820 today. Always love getting above that 100 tick level in our live trading, in our trade room in the morning. We, of course, have 1820 now for the week. We've done over 6,000 for the month so far here in September and over 138,000 for the year here of 2010. Guys, we are coming into the best time of year to be a trader, guys. Time is obviously running low here towards the end of the year. So if you're considering membership, now is a good time to get started. That we can get trained for the rest of the fall markets that are always the best going into the end of the year. All right, so we'll keep you guys posted. What's the most important thing that happened today? Well, of course, it was a Monday morning. Monday mornings oftentimes are a little bit slow. We had Obama speaking this morning at noontime, right? That town hall meeting President Obama had scheduled kind of put a damper, I think, on a lot of the volume late in the morning. But we saw a bunch of great volume early in the morning, and that, of course, is all we needed. Now, the first thing we saw this morning was the dollar, and the dollar really gave us a lot of a heads up on what was going on at that time. It was a sideways dollar. An inside day on the dollar. Now, what is an inside day? Here's what an inside day looks like. An inside day on the dollar, in the left-hand side of your screen here, right, here's your 13 range chart. And so, of course, what we did was we defined for ourselves our trading range from Friday. Right, there's a range from Friday. And you can see, of course, here's the range for today. So it was an inside day, right? The range today, right, the range today was less than the range from last Friday. Right? It's called an inside day. Now, an inside day is a term that we use to describe the trading range is inside of where it was yesterday. Right? It's inside. It's a narrower trading range. Now, guys, what do we know about narrow trading ranges on the dollar? Well, the dollar, fundamentally, when the dollar goes sideways, the rest of the markets we trade also goes sideways. Okay, and then of course we look for the dollar to break out of these sideways ranges to give us some sort of opportunity in other markets. Well, you'll notice here on the left side of your screen, the first thing we did was we marked up our overhead resistance and our support below. And then we put these price alert indicators up here, right, to tell us when price tested the highs or when it tested the lows. Okay, so the first thing we did was we grabbed a hold of the dollar. The dollar showed, of course, overhead resistance, support below, going sideways. Okay, so what we did was we wanted to define, or we wanted to alert ourselves when the dollar was breaking those levels, right? When it was breaking out. Because when it starts to break out, that's when everything else is going to start moving quickly. And that's exactly what happened. Now look at the right side of your screen here. Right, on the right side, now this is just the same chart, but it's fast forwarded now about an hour and a half. So now here we are just after 9:30, and what do you see has happened? We've come up, we tested the resistance. And now we started coming back down. So here's what happened. Our alarm goes off, right? The alert goes off. Heads up, we've got overhead resistance, 81,760 is now being tested. Once the alarm goes off, we then, of course, now begin looking for more patterns. So at 9:30, 9:35, 9:40, we see the dollar test the highs. And then as you can see, it comes tumbling off those highs. Now guys, this is a great example of how to use that negative correlation, right? The negative correlation says dollar dropping, crude rising, dollar dropping, euro rising, gold rising, Russell rising, S&P rising. So when we see the dollar bounce off overhead resistance, head back to the downside, we're now looking for a long trade, right, on everything else we're trading. Okay, so that was where we first began our day today, waiting for the dollar to test the highs or potentially break out of the highs and give us a chance to get into our trades. Okay, let's see what happened. Now, we took our first couple of trades today on crude this morning, and I want to first start out by looking at crude here on the slower time frame. Okay, left side of your screen, this is my slow time frame here. And what do we see? We see we've got these overhead resistance levels, right? all of these trend lines here. And these overhead resistance levels are all telling us, right, we see this wide open space down here, right? Our exact words were scalpers looking for the shorts, right, below 74.95. Day traders looking for the shorts above, below 74.95. But if you're not a day trader, if you're a position trader or a swing trader, in other words, more longer term trades, I'm going to be looking at buying above 75.35. All right, guys? So we really had two main functions here. The scalpers and day traders, right, we're going to short below 95s here. All right, scalpers and day traders, right, short-term time frame traders can go to the downside. But if you're a swing trader or a position trader, or if you're looking for a longer-term move, we're going to want to break above the 35s. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. We took two trades below the 95s. We took two trades above the 35s. And of course, the real thing that actually really helped us out today, if you follow me over here to the 13 range chart, this is what really gave us a real strong heads up. We defined in the 13 range chart this sideways range. And so of course, with that sideways range, we're going to buy the lows, we're going to sell the highs. All right, well, what happened was we ended up coming off these highs, right, and taking this short here to the downside. Then we came back up, popped above the 35s, and that's where we took our breaker pattern long for some of our biggest trades of the day were above 35s. So the scalpers took the shorts below 95s, right? The day traders, swing traders, position traders, they waited for the longs, right? The buyers to come in, push us above 35, get us off those lows and up to the inside. All right, guys? So that's what happened here on Crude this morning. And remember, the dollar was dropping. So with the dollar dropping, you know what we're looking for, right? Scalpers can be to the downside, but the best trades will be to the upside. And look what happened here. First trade of the day here was on Crude.